Welcome back, dear students. This is the second part of chapter 3, Saviors of the Train. Now we were reading about three siblings, Roberta, Peter and Phyllis. So let's continue reading. What is it? Oh, what is it? Said Phyllis. It's much too magic for me. I don't like it. Let's go home. But Bobby and Peter clung fast to the rail and watched breathlessly. And Phyllis made no movement towards going home by herself. So Phyllis questioned as to what was happening. Okay, what is it all about? The trees coming down, the stones rolling. Right, so what is it all about? What's happening? And it was too much for her and she did not like it, so just wanted to go back home. But Bobby and Peter, they clung fast to the rail and they were watching everything breathlessly. By the time Phyllis made no movement, towards going home on her own. The trees moved on and on. Some stones and loose earth fell down and rattled on the railway metals far below. So the trees, they were still moving, and along with these trees, some stones and loose earth here means soil, so fell down. So some stones and even loose earth, that is loose soil, fell down and rattled on the railway metals far below. It's all coming down, Peter tried to say, but he found there was hardly any voice to say it with. And indeed, just as he spoke, the great rock on the top of which the walking trees were leaned slowly forward. The trees, ceasing to walk, stood still and shivered. Leaning with the rock, they seemed to hesitate a moment, and then rock and trees and grass and bushes, with a rushing sound, slipped right away from the face of the cutting and fell on the line with a blundering crash that could have been heard half a mile off. A cloud of dust rose up. So everything, that is the trees, stones, loose earth, they were coming down. And as he spoke, as Peter tried to say, as he spoke, the great rock, that is the huge rock on the top of which the trees were present, it moved into a sloping position, and the trees did not walk, or they were not moving, and stood still and were shaking slightly. The trees, they paused for a moment, and then everything fell down on the line with a heavy crash. Blundering means heavy. So with a heavy crash, everything fell on the line. A cloud of dust rose up as a result of this heavy crash that happened. Because of this landslide, a cloud of dust rose up. Oh, said Peter, in awestruck tones, isn't it exactly like when coals come in? If there wasn't any roof to the cellar and you could see down. Look what a great mound it's made, said Bobby. Yes, said Peter slowly. It was still leaning on the fence. He was still leaning on the fence. Yes, he said again, still more slowly. Then he stood upright. So Peter, in awestruck tones, that is tone which is filled with wonder, in awestruck tones, said that this happens exactly when the coals arrive, and if there was any roof to the cellar, if there wasn't any roof to the cellar, we could see down. Cellar here means a room which is just below the level of the ground in a building, and that room, cellar, is used for storing things. Look what a great mound it's made, said Bobby. So due to this landslide, it resulted in this great mound. And mound means a large pile. And this happened, why? Due to this landslide that happened. The 11:29 down hasn't gone by yet, We must let them know at the station or there'll be a most frightful accident. Let's run, said Bobby and began. But Peter cried, Come back, and looked at Mother's watch. He was very prompt and businesslike, and his face looked whiter than they had ever seen it. So, the 11:29 down, that is the train that passes the railway line near their house at 11:29 a.m. It hasn't gone by yet, okay, and they should inform or they should let them know at the station, okay, or else otherwise there will be a very frightful accident, okay. It can take place accident due to this landslide. Let's run, said Bobby and began. But Peter cried, Come back, and looked at Mother's watch. He was very prompt and businesslike, means very serious, and his face looked whiter than they had ever seen it. No time, he said. It's 2 miles away and it's past 11. If we had anything red, we could get down on the line and wave it. So Peter asked Bobby not to run to the railway station because there was not enough time, and the railway station was 2 miles away from the spot. The 11:29 a.m. train was scheduled to pass them very soon, and it was already past 11. And further said that if they had anything of red color, then they could just wave it, come down to the line and wave it to stop the train. But the train wouldn't see us till it got round the corner, and then it could see the mound just as well as us, said Phyllis. Better, because it's much bigger than us. So now, according to Phyllis, the train, it'll not be able to see, okay, the 3 siblings till it got round the corner. And then it could see the mound as well as us, okay, because the mound, it is bigger than us, okay. So the train will be able to see this mound, okay, better because it's much bigger than us. It's much bigger. The mound is much bigger than the 3 siblings. Anyway, let's get down. So anyways, let's get down on the line and just wave it. Just wave the red cloth.